Hey guys, welcome to episode number 3 of Fieros in Scale. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the 1988 Fiero GT from ertl in their Blueprint Replica series. This is a 1/43rd scale die-cast car, which was the only fastback apart from one Hot Wheels, which doesn't really count, and we'll cover that in a later video. That was a scale replica of the Fastback Fiero, as every other one from Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Maisto, and others were only notchbacks, which also goes along with the fact that most people, when they think about Fieros, only think about the notchback and not the fastback. Such as when I'm out in my car, most people don't even know it is a Fiero because of the body style. So let's take a look at what ertl did in 1988. Alright, here we have the 88 Fiero. As you can see, it's a pretty decent version of the fastback. It's not 100% correct, as some of the dimensions and lines are wrong, just a little bit off. But you can see here that they engraved 1988 on the license plate. You can see the Pontiac name in there just the way it should be. But one thing which is a weird quirk of this small model is that in 1988, all Fieros had the monotone paint scheme, in which case there was no separate body color on the lower cladding. They apparently got that wrong on this small model, but they did get it right on the packaging. So apparently the people who designed the packaging were paying attention, and the people who designed the car itself were not. So that's one small quirk of this little model. It has all the required details are there. You have the body molding. Here we have the flying buttress from the rear fastback. The GT emblem on the sail panel. You even have the Fiero emblem on the nose. All your engravings are correct. Even the air intake on the driver's side is there, even though they didn't paint it, but it is there. They got the a pretty decent representation of the lace rims that came with the car. Give you a nice look at that. Really not bad. And I thought for a second there that there were fiero emblems in there, but I don't think there are. Kind of looks like it though. Now I've just finished cleaning and polishing this one out so you guys can see it in all its glory. The interior is pretty decently represented. You have the two seats, the wide center console. There's your steering wheel, and engraved are the details that are in the car. You do have your rear engine vents, as even though they are part of the interior plastic, as that's all one piece. But overall, it's really not a bad model. If they had just gotten the angle of the nose correct, as it is a little bit off, it would be a really good representation of the 88 Fiero. Now, let's take a look at the interior and the underside, see what we have on the chassis. Now, the chassis has, of course, all the required ertl marks. Iowa, USA, but made in Korea. It tells you it's a Pontiac Fiero GT. It's number 2 in a series of 88 blueprint replicas from ertl. Now, you do have the coolant tubes represented. And here we have our catalytic converter and our exhaust. Our steering gear in the front. So they actually got it fairly accurate for the amount of detail they put in it. Now we do have a body colored sunroof, which of course no Fiero came with a body colored sunroof, as they were all glass. But at least the engraving there is there for the sunroof. Now this car is a bit difficult to find. It's a little rare. You see them pop up on eBay from time to time. But if you can find it in the original packaging, it's even better. That's even more rare. Now, what I have back here is the car as it was packaged. This is its blister pack here, which is an interesting little pack as it is a reusable one. You can actually pop these open, pull the car out, and then put it back in when you're done admiring it. And as I said before, here we have drawings of the car from front, rear, and side with the correct colored body moldings. Even on the rear, we have the same body moldings correctly colored. And it shows the wheels in gold, which was the optional color, as black and gold were the two available options as far as the rims go on the 88. Now let's see what we have here. Blueprint replicas. It says taking a spin in a hot 88 Fiero GT. Tells you the car's style for performance. The famous Tech 4 engine has a new secondary force balancer system to smooth and quiet engine operations, which is correct. And the new suspension is designed from the frame up to enhance ride and handling, which is also correct. Combine those with a high winding 2.8 liter V6 and 135 horsepower. Flying never felt so easy, and a sleek aerodynamic Fiero offers visual appeal with its new monochrome paint scheme and diamond spoke wheels. So they were fully aware of the paint scheme and the wheels, but apparently that never got to the actual model makers. So you can see this car is from 1988. And the blister pack allows you to look at it from both sides. You get a good look at the rear and at the front. This is a very nice way of packaging. Underneath it would have your blueprint replicas telling you about all the other cars available in the line. So there we got it, folks. This is the 1988 ertl blueprint replicas Pontiac Fiero GT. It's not perfect, but it's pretty nice. And I happen to like it a lot. And considering we don't really have much of a choice, if you want a 1/43rd scale Fiero GT, this is what you got. If you can find one. And it has become one of my favorites. Although I wish it did have door mirrors. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this one. And I'll see you again on the next episode, where we'll take a look at another really neat Pontiac Fiero scale model. Alright guys, see you in the next one.